start with the properties of the inverse trigonometric function.
Today we will learn properties second, third, fourth and fifth of inverse trigonometry. In each property we will have basic introduction, proof of the property followed by examples. We will also learn simplification of inverse trigonometric functions by substitution.
So now let us learn the property second of the inverse trigonometric function. So we have f a to b and f inverse b to a. Just now what we studied was f inverse of fx is equal to x, right? What we are going to learn is f of f inverse x equals to x. Is that clear? This was my first property. Now in the second property I am going to learn f of f inverse x is equal to x. Okay. So now what property 2 says for trigonometric ratio? It says sine of sine inverse x will be equal to x for all x belongs to closed interval minus 1 comma 1. Cos of cos inverse x will also be equal to x for all x belongs to minus 1 comma 1. Okay. Tan of tan inverse x will be equal to x for all x belongs to r, right? So in their respective domains, your tan of tan inverse x, or if I am talking about cosecant of cosecant inverse x, will be also equal to x in their respective domains. So sec of secant inverse x will be equal to x for all, okay, and cot of cot inverse x will be also equal to x for all x belongs to, right? So this is my property second. Now we will solve certain questions based on property second. Okay, so now let us take this. So sine of sine inverse x, first part is sine of sine inverse 5 by 13, right? So my 5 by 13 belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1. So hence sine of sine inverse 5 by 13 will be equal to 5 by 13. Done. If you know where sine of sine inverse x is equal to x, you can directly write the answer. Now see the second part. I have been provided with cos tan inverse 3 by 4. First of all, I will change my this tan inverse into cos inverse. So let us write tan inverse 3 by 4 equals to theta. So this is my perpendicular base hypotenuse. So what is my perpendicular? 3, this is 4. So I will calculate my hypotenuse. So 3 by 4 equals to tan theta, right? So what will be my h? Root p square plus b square, right? So root 3 square plus 4 square, which is equal to 5, right? So now cos theta equals to 4 by 5. Theta is equal to cos inverse 4 by 5. Theta equals to tan inverse 3 by 4, which is equal to cos inverse 5, right? Substitute in the equation. So what you are getting? Cos inverse 4 by 5. So hence cos of cos inverse 4 by 5 equals to. So whenever you are given a different inverse trig, you have to change it to the same trigonometric function. If you have here cos trigonometric function, you have to change it to cos inverse. Then only you can simplify it. Now check the next one. Sine cot inverse x. Again what I have to do? I have to change my cot inverse in terms of my sine inverse, right? Because I have outside sine. So cot inverse x is equal to theta. So x is equal to cot theta. So now check this. So what you are getting here? You are getting x, base is x. So I can write here 1. So now I have to find my hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is equal to under root b square plus p square. So which is equal to root x square plus 1 square. So root x square plus 1. So what is my sine theta? Sine theta in this case becomes 1 upon root x square plus 1. So theta becomes sine inverse of 1 by root x square plus 1. So I am going to substitute here, right? So cot inverse x is equal to sine inverse 1 upon root x square plus 1. So it means my sine cot inverse x equals to sine inverse 1 upon root x square plus 1 equals to 1 upon under root x square plus
1. And obviously we know this will be lesser than 1.
Hence sine of sine inverse is 1 by under root x square plus 1. Okay. So I have cos sine inverse x plus secant inverse 4 by 3. So what is the formula for cos a plus b? So cos a plus b equals to cos a cos b minus sine a sine b. Right? I am going to apply this formula. So what it will become? Cos sine inverse 1 by 4 cos secant inverse 4 by 3 minus sine inverse 1 by 4 sine secant inverse 4 by 3. Okay. So now see, here is cos, here is sine. So I have to change this into cos inverse. This is perpendicular by hypotenuse. So this will become root 15. So I can write here cos inverse root 15 by 4. Right? Cos. This is the reciprocal, right? So I can directly write here cos inverse 3 by 4 minus, here I don't have to change anything, so directly it will become 1 by 4, and here again I have to change this into sine inverse. So it will become sine inverse root 7 by 4. Okay, now I will solve it. So I am getting root 15 by 4 into 3 by 4 minus 1 by 4 into root 7 by 4, which is nothing but 3 root 15 by 16 minus root 7 by 16. So 3 root 15 minus root 7 by 16. So now this question is given. So we will start with the inner bracket. So sine cot inverse cos. Tan inverse 1 means pi by 4. Sine cot inverse cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Okay. Sine. Now we have to change this into sine inverse, right? Again. So 1 root 2. What this will become? 3, right? So it will be sine inverse root 2 by root 3. Okay. So sine of sine inverse will become root 2 by root 3. So basically, certain question is given, start from the inner bracket. So now it is secant square tan inverse 2 plus cosecant square cot inverse 3. So we have one relation between secant and tan. What is that? That secant square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. And cosecant square theta is equal to 1 plus cot square theta. So this part will be replaced by using this, and this part will be replaced by this. So what I am going to write? 1 plus tan square tan inverse 2. And here I will write 1 plus cot square cot inverse 3. Is that clear? So now 1 plus, I can write this part as tan inverse 2 whole square. Similarly here I can write 1 plus cot inverse 3 whole square. Okay. So 1 plus tan inverse of 10 will become 2 plus 1 plus cot of cot inverse will become 3 square. So 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 9. So 15 is my required answer. So now we have to prove this. On the right hand side, I don't have any inverse. Let cos inverse A by B is equal to theta. That implies that cos theta is equal to A by B. Now we'll substitute the value of cos inverse here and here. Okay, so what I will get? 10 pi by 4 plus theta by 2 plus 10 pi by 4 minus theta by 2. I will apply the formula of tan a plus b here and tan a minus b here. So what I will get? I'll get here 10 plus, again tan a minus b formula. Now apply the value of 10 pi by 4. So what you are getting? 1 plus tan theta by 2 upon 1 minus tan theta by 2 plus 1 minus tan theta by 2 upon 1 plus tan theta by 2. Take the LCM. So what you are getting here? 1 plus tan theta by 2 whole square plus 1 minus tan theta by 2 whole square upon 1 minus tan square theta by 2. Right? So basically if I solve this, I will get 2 1 plus tan square theta by 2 upon 1 minus tan square theta by 2. So now from here we know that what is my cos theta? It is 1 minus tan square theta by 2
upon 1 plus tan square theta by 2.
So I am getting here 1 plus tan square theta by 2 upon 1 minus.
Means my this part can be replaced as 2 by cos theta,
right? And substitute the value of cos theta from here. This is my value of cos theta.
so it will be equal to 2 upon a by b, which is equal to 2b by a.
Is that clear? Third property. What third property says?
Sine inverse minus x is equal to minus sine inverse x for all x belongs to closed interval minus 1 comma 1.
Cos inverse minus x equals to pi minus cos inverse x
for all x belongs to minus 1 comma 1.
Tan inverse minus x is equal to minus tan inverse x
for all x belongs to R.
Cosec inverse minus x equals to minus cosec inverse x
for all x belongs to minus infinity minus 1 union 1 comma infinity.
Okay.
Then secant inverse minus x is equal to pi minus secant inverse x for all x belongs to minus infinity minus 1 union 1 comma infinity.
Okay. And cot inverse minus x equals to pi minus cot inverse x
for all x belongs to R.
So this is my third property for the inverse check. Now I'll prove first two properties. Similarly, we can prove the other properties.
So we have to prove this part.
So I am taking left hand side.
Sine inverse minus x equals to theta. This I am assuming. This implies sine theta is equal to minus x, right? And I can write here minus sine theta equals to x. Okay. Now sine minus theta is equal to x. Minus theta is equal to sine inverse x. Theta is equal to minus sine inverse x.
Here I assume sine inverse minus x equals to theta, and I have reached that the value of theta is minus sine inverse x.
So from this first and this second equation I can write sine inverse minus x equals to minus sine inverse x from first and second.
So similarly you can prove tan inverse, cosec inverse. So now let us prove cos inverse minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse x. Okay. Left hand side, cos inverse minus x equals to theta.
This I have assumed.
Okay. So cos theta is equal to minus x. Minus cos theta equals to x. Now in sine inverse case I have used the concept that sine minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. But here I cannot use that concept because cos minus theta is equal to cos theta. Right. So what I am going to use, cos
pi minus theta is equal to x. Pi minus cos inverse x equals to theta. Now check, this is my second equation, this is my first equation.
Here the value of theta is cos inverse minus x. Here the value of theta is pi minus cos inverse x.
So from first and second, what I can deduce? Cos inverse minus x equals to pi minus cos inverse x.
Similarly, I can prove for the other trigonometric ratios. So now let us start with the fourth property. It is sine inverse 1 by x is equal to cosec inverse x for all x minus infinity minus 1 union 1 comma infinity. Again, cos inverse 1 by x equals to secant inverse x for all x belongs to minus infinity minus 1 union 1 comma infinity. Tan inverse 1 by x equals to, now there are two cases over here. What are those two cases? It is equal to cot inverse x for all x greater than 0 and minus pi plus cot inverse x for all x less than 0. So now let us take the proof of the first property. So let cosec inverse x is equal to theta, right? So I can write x is equal to cosec theta and x is equal to 1 by sine theta because sine theta and cosec theta are reciprocal of each other. Sine theta is equal to 1 by x. So theta is equal to Sine inverse 1 by x. Now pay attention here. Here my cosec inverse x was theta. Here my theta is sine inverse x. So from first and second, I can deduce that cosec inverse x is equal to sine inverse 1 by x. Now similarly we can do for cos inverse. So now let us check fourth property, third case. Okay, so what is given? Tan inverse 1 by x is equal to cot inverse x for all x greater than 0, and it is minus pi plus cot inverse x for x less than 0. So now in this case what we have to do, let cot inverse x is equal to theta, where x belongs to R and then x won't be equal to 0. Also theta will belong to 0 comma pi. First is case 1, when x is greater than 0. So when x will be greater than 0, my theta will belongs to 0 comma pi by 2. Since cot inverse x equals to theta implies x is equal to cot theta, and we can write 1 by x is equal to 1 by cot theta. So 1 by x is equal to tan theta, right? And since my theta belongs to 0 comma pi by 2, I can write that theta is equal to tan inverse 1 by x. So hence from first and second, cot inverse x is equal to tan inverse 1 by x whenever my x is greater than 0. What is case second? When your x is less than 0, theta belongs to pi by 2 comma pi. So it means I can write pi by 2 less than pi. But my tan inverse range will not belong in this case. What is the range of tan inverse? It is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Subtract pi throughout. So what I am getting here, minus pi by 2, theta minus pi, 0. Okay. Now I will substitute. So what is my cot inverse x? It is theta. So x is equal to cot theta. So what does that mean? 1 by x is equal to tan theta. If I am writing tan inverse over here, now since my theta belongs to this region, so it means my tan theta will be negative, right? So I can write 1 by x equals to minus tan pi minus theta. So now I can write 1 by x equals to tan theta minus pi. Okay, so tan inverse 1 by x equals to theta minus pi. What does that imply? Substitute here the value of theta. What is that? Cot inverse theta, right? So it will become tan inverse 1 by x equals to cot inverse x minus. So in case second, whenever your x is less than 0, it will be minus pi plus cot inverse x. So now let us check these questions. So first question says cos sine inverse minus 5 by 13. So just now we have checked that sine inverse equals to minus sine inverse x. Okay. Now I am going to use this concept over here. So cos, what it will become, minus sine inverse 5 by 13. Okay. Now check. Cos of minus, this will be some theta. Okay. So cos of minus theta is what? Cos theta. So cos. So which concept I have used here? Cos minus theta equals to cos theta. Here I have used that concept. Right. Now what I have to do? I have to change into cos inverse using triangle method. Right. So this is my 5. This is 13. Using Pythagorean triplet, this will be 12. So cos, what will come here? Cos inverse 12 by 13. What is my cos? Base by hypotenuse. So 12 by 13 cos. So 12 by 13 is my required answer. So what the next part says is, so cos inverse minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse x. So this will be replaced by this part. So sine pi minus cos inverse 3 by 5, right? Sine 180 minus theta is sine theta, right? Pi minus theta.
तो sin theta, तो sin cos inverse 3/5. Again I have to change this cos inverse into sin inverse. Cos inverse 3/5 is equal to theta. Cos theta is equal to 3/5. So this is my theta. This is 3. This is 5. Using Pythagorean triplet, this will become 4. So what will be my sin theta? Sin theta will be 4/5. Theta is equal to sin inverse 4/5. So now I can substitute this value over here. So sin inverse 4/5, which is equal to 4/5.
So now we will talk about the question in which we have to do the simplification of the trigonometric ratios involving inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, so in that case we have to use certain substitutions. Say for example, if you have a square minus x square, what you can substitute? You can write x is equal to a sin theta or a cos theta. Okay, whenever it is a square plus x square, x can be replaced by a tan theta or a cot theta. Okay, if it is x square minus a square, it should be replaced by a secant theta or a cosecant theta. Clear? If it is a minus x and a plus x, so x should be replaced by a cos 2 theta or a cos theta. So now this can be either this way, or it can be in the form of under root, or it can be root a plus x upon a minus x. In both the cases you have to use this part. Okay, so if we have a square minus x square upon a square plus x square, so what you will take the substitution as? X square is equal to a square cos 2 theta. Just now I told you a square minus x square, you have to take x as substitution. A is equal to sin theta, a square plus x square, a tan theta. But here we have both. Whenever both the cases are there, you have to always take x square is equal to a square cos 2 theta. Okay, so now we have to simplify first question, and this is my B part. Okay, now check this part. So I have told you whenever I have a square minus x square, what I will take? X as a sin theta. Okay, and now you can check here also. So if you substitute a sin theta, so minus 1 sin theta and 1. So my value lies between minus 1 and 1. Okay, so that is also satisfied. So now substitute here. So now since it lies between the range, right? So check here. So it is minus a sin theta and a, right? So minus 1 sin theta 1. It means theta lies between minus pi by 2 theta pi by 2. Correct? So which is the range of my tan inverse, right? So I can directly write here theta, right? So what is the value of theta? I have to take out from here the value of theta. How you can take out? So x upon a is equal to sin theta. Now since it is within my range, so I can write theta is equal to sin inverse x by a. So theta is equal to sin inverse x by a. This is the required way to solve your things. Was that clear? Now let us take here also. So whenever it is x square plus a square, so x is equal to a tan theta, right? So cos inverse a tan theta upon under root. What is tan square theta plus 1? Secant square theta. So now what it will come? Sin theta, right? So cos inverse cos pi by 2 minus theta, right? So it will be cos inverse pi by 2 minus theta, means it will lie between 0 and pi. Okay, cos inverse, so it will become pi by 2 minus theta means pi by 2 minus, what is the value of theta? Tan inverse x by, say for example, if you would have taken x is equal to a cot theta, again you would have got the answer. Is that clear? So this is the way to simplify. If you know what has to be substituted, it will be easier for you to solve the simplification questions. Now let us check the simplification on this. In this you can't substitute anything to x, right? It is not given in the form of a square minus x square or a square plus x square or a minus x upon a plus x. So how we can do these type of questions, right? Okay, sine inverse. Now I'll try to make this expression as a sine a plus b form. What is this value? 1 by root 2. It is for cos pi by 4 also as sine pi by 4 also, but I am using here for cos pi by 4 because I want my expression to be in the form of sine a plus b. So sin x into cos pi by 4 plus cos x into sine pi by 4, sine inverse sine x plus pi by 4. Now I have to check whether my this angle lies in this range or not. So minus pi by 4 x pi by 4, right? I have plus pi by 4, add pi by 4 both the sides. This lies between my sine inverse range, so I can write equals to x plus pi by 4. So the simplification of this part is x plus pi by 4. Now if the same question is given for different interval, so now same way, exactly same way, only the range of my angle has been changed. So let us check. So now I have to check, right? I have x plus pi by 4, add pi by 4 throughout. Okay, so what I am getting, pi by 2 x plus pi by 4, and here I am getting 3 pi by 2, right? Now this does not lie in my range of sine inverse. So what I am going to do, multiply throughout by minus sign. So minus 3 pi by 2. Inequalities will be reversed, right? Now I will add pi. So now solve this, minus pi by 2. So now it lies in my inverse range, right? So now I can write my sine inverse of sine, this will be equal to pi minus x plus pi by 4. Is that clear? So always whenever you have been given the range of x, you have to check whether your sine inverse is adhering to that part or not. So pi minus x minus pi by 4, which is equal to 3 pi by 4 minus x. So this is my required answer for this. So now we have the question tan inverse x plus tan inverse 1 by x is equal to pi by 2 if x is greater than 0 and minus pi by 2 if x is less than 0. So now we will consider two cases. So case 1, when my x is greater than 0, right? So when x is greater than 0, tan inverse 1 by x becomes cot inverse x, tan inverse x plus tan inverse 1 by x. What it will be? Tan inverse x, and tan inverse 1 by x will be changed to cot inverse x, right? And we know this is equal to pi by 2. Now let us take case 2, when my x is less than 0. So when x is less than 0, tan inverse 1 by x equals to minus pi plus cot inverse x. So now tan inverse x plus tan inverse 1 by x. Now this can be replaced by this value. So tan inverse x plus cot inverse x minus pi, right? I have written cot inverse x here, minus pi that side. Now this I know it is equal to pi by 2. Minus pi equal to minus pi by 2. When my x is greater than 0, tan inverse x plus tan inverse 1 by x is pi by 2. And when my x is less than 0, so tan inverse x plus tan inverse 1 by x is equal to minus pi by 2. So now let us check property 5. Sin inverse x plus cot inverse x equals to pi by 2 for all x belongs to, okay, and tan inverse x plus cot inverse x equals to pi by 2 for all x belongs to R, and secant inverse x plus cosecant inverse x also belongs to pi by 2 for all x belongs to minus infinity comma minus 1 union 1 comma infinity. So these are my three cases in property fifth. I'll prove one of the case and similarly we can prove the others. So now let sin inverse x is equal to theta. X belongs to minus 1 comma 1. So my theta will belong to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 close interval. Okay. So now I can write from here as, if I add pi by 2, okay, so 0 pi by 2 minus theta less than equal to pi. Okay. So now from here what I will get x is equal to I can write as cos pi by 2 minus theta, right? And I can write as cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus theta, right? And my pi by 2 minus theta belongs to close interval 0 comma pi. It means I am done because cos inverse range is 0 to pi. So my cos inverse x belongs to this range. Okay. So I can take theta to that side. Now I'll substitute the value of theta from here. So done. Similarly, I can prove the other parts. Cot inverse x plus tan inverse x is equal to pi by 2 or secant inverse x plus cosecant inverse x equals to pi by 2. Okay. So let us take this question, cot tan inverse a plus cot inverse a. So just now we have read that tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2, right? So directly I can write in place of this cot pi by 2. And what is my cot pi by 2? It is 0. So we are done. If we know the property, we can easily solve that question. Now next question. Now see, we have studied the property that tan inverse 1 by x equals to minus pi plus cot inverse x in case when your x is less than 0. So I can replace my tan inverse x here by this value. Okay. So what it will become? Sin tan inverse x minus pi plus cot inverse x. Okay. Tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is pi by 2 minus pi. So what I will get? Sin minus pi by 2. Now sin minus theta is minus sin theta and sin pi by 2 is 1. So minus 1. So basically you have to check whichever property is required and then solve it. Okay, so now my question is, if cos inverse x plus cos inverse y is equal to pi by 4, find the value of sin inverse x, sin inverse y. We know that sin inverse x plus cos inverse x equals to pi by 2 and sin inverse y plus cos inverse y equals to pi by 2. So I have cos inverse x plus cos inverse y is equal to pi by 4. So I can find out the value of cos inverse x from here as pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. So replacing cos inverse x as pi by 2 minus sin inverse x plus pi by 2 minus sin inverse y equals to pi by 4. So pi minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 means pi minus sin inverse x minus sin inverse y equals to pi by 4. Now pi minus, take out this common. Is it minus n? So the value of sin inverse x plus sin inverse y is equal to 3 pi by 4. So let us solve this question. Solve tan inverse x plus 2 cot inverse x is equal to 2 pi 3. Whenever it is written solve means we have to find the value of x. Okay. So now I can write as tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is pi by 2. Right. I can substitute here the value of tan inverse x. So pi by 2 minus cot inverse x plus 2 cot inverse x equals to 2 pi by 3. So pi by 2 plus cot inverse x equals to 2 pi by 3. So cot inverse x is equal to 2 pi by 3 minus pi by 2. Cot inverse x is equal to pi by 6. X is equal to cot pi by 6. So x is equal to root 3. Is that clear? So most of the time we are using this property. So now I have a question. If sine inverse x whole square plus cos inverse x whole square is equal to 17 pi square by 36, find the value of x. Okay. So what I am going to do, I will try to make it a perfect square, right? So for that, I have to add 2 sine inverse x, cos inverse x, and I have to subtract the same quantity equals to 17 pi square by 36. Now this will become my perfect square. So sine inverse x plus cos inverse x whole square minus 2 sine inverse x cos inverse x is equal to 17 pi square by 36. Now this can be written as pi by 2 because sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is pi by 2. So pi by 2 whole square minus, here I will change into one inverse trig function. So 2 sine inverse x, and this can be written as pi by 2 minus sine inverse x equals to 17 pi square by 36. Is that clear? So now this will become my pi square by 4 minus sine inverse x into pi. This 2 and 2 will get cancelled, plus 2 sine inverse x whole square equals to 17 pi square by 36. Now I am going to shift everything to this side and make it a quadratic equation in sine inverse x. So my 2 sine inverse x whole square minus pi sine inverse x plus pi square by 4 minus 17 pi square by 36 equals to 0. So 2 sine inverse x whole square minus pi sine inverse x, and if I solve this, what I am getting? My LCM will be 36, 9 pi square minus 17 pi square equals to 0. 2 sine inverse x whole square minus pi sine inverse x. So what I am getting here? Minus 8 pi. Make it a quadratic equation. So this is my required quadratic. Now I will find the factors of this. So 8 sine inverse x whole square, and 18 2s are 36. I want the factors for 9. So 12 3s are 36. So minus 12 pi sine inverse x plus 3 pi sine inverse x minus 2 pi square equals to 0. So now from here I can take out 6 sine inverse x common. 3 sine inverse x minus 2 pi, and from here I can take out pi common. So 3 sine inverse x minus 2 pi, which is equal to 0. So I am getting sine inverse x is equal to minus pi by 6 and sine inverse x is equal to 2 pi by 3. What is the range of my sine inverse x? It is close interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, right? This does not belong. So I cannot get the value of x from this part. I will get the value of x from this part. So x is equal to sine minus pi by 6. Sine minus theta is minus sine theta, which is equal to minus 1 by 2.
Today we learned properties second, third, fourth and fifth of inverse trigonometry, simplification of inverse trigonometric functions by substitution.
That's all for the topic today. Stay tuned.